Hello, wonderful people. All right, today we're having a topic about the power of saying no. All right, so this is all to the people pleasers, recovering people pleasers out there, right? Because the Holy Spirit doesn't want anyone people pleasers. Like, come on. I'm not saying this out of judgment, but like knowing your worth, right? Because this should be taught in school, right? Because I'm laughing, but the amount of suffering I had just because I wasn't able to say no, fuck, it sucks, man. All right, it should be easy. It should be easy for us, but it's not. I know how hard it can be, right? Um, because we were taught to people please at a very young age, right? So, if you're a people pleaser in any shape or form, you learned that um, as a child, you were raised in conditional love. You learned your safety lies in the moods of your caretakers, and we learn to act in a way or say things that, like example, we say we're fine when we're actually angry, right? We can't be honest with our emotions, right? This is called the fawn response. Right? You're fawning, you're people pleasing, you're compromising yourself, trying to make the other person happy so you could be safe, and it sucks. All right, it sucks. All right, that's not what the Creator intended us to live, right? To be inauthentic to ourselves, to be dishonest with ourselves, to make someone else happy, man, that sucks. That sucks so bad. But okay, um, sorry, I lost my train of thought here. But okay, uh, compromising us, conforming to others to feel safe, which means our ability to say no was squashed somewhere in this, somewhere that like in the very beginning of our conscious awareness, or perhaps subconscious, we learned our no, what didn't matter. I don't remember if like growing up if I was able to say no. If I did, it didn't matter, right? So I just learned, oh, okay, I'm not gonna say no. I'm just gonna say yes, which I know improv is all about yes and. But in life, I think it's good to say no. um, like I'm gonna share something what Aaron Dowdy talked about. It was really resonated with me. Um, so he said yes to go to this party, but he didn't really want to go to. And then when he was driving there, it was like really far drive for him, and it was like then it started like a blizzard, and he had to drive in these horrible conditions. And he almost crashed. He's like in his mind, he's like, "Man, I almost died because I couldn't say no to going to a party I didn't want to go to." But sometimes the universe has to show us in some massive ways, like to see how much you saying yes to something when you meant to say no is detrimental to you. It is, right? This is a wake up call, right? And I know for it to be true, and this is something I'm still working on, but it's getting a lot better. Like recently, um, I had there's a party I was invited to on Monday evening, and I'm just like, I know the past version of Kahir, he'd be like, oh, what is she gonna think if I say no? Oh no, she's gonna think I'm like a bad friend or something. Oh, like you know what? I just don't want to go. And I said, hey, I got other plans, which I did. My plans were playing Halo. I said no, and I know the past version of me would catastrophize, like I just gave the example, like oh something, I gotta go, I gotta go. But it's like, is that like a sovereign being? Is that a sovereign being in creation? Is that a blessed son of God? You know, it could be small, but if you can't say no to the small things, how can you say no to the big things, right? To a toxic partner, a bad job, whatever. If you can't do it at the micro level, how can you do it at the macro level? Right. Because somewhere also, like this people pleasing tendency, we learned our energy doesn't matter. Like I gave away my energy. When I say energy, I mean my thoughts, my feelings to other people that didn't give a shit about me or barely knew me. I had this one girl in my vegan group. She just doesn't like me. I don't know if I should go into the details, but she just doesn't like me for what I feel is a arbitrary reason. And I was so upset. Like, oh my gosh, she didn't like me. She doesn't like me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm like, Where's my power go? Who am I giving my power to? Somebody that doesn't care about me. And I know you're doing it. In some way you're doing it. And the Creator wants you to stop. Creator wants you to stop. The Creator wants you to love being in your own energy. So Aaron Dowdy was talking to, like, taking the energy external and pouring that energy into yourself. Pour that energy into yourself because you're so worth it, man. You are so worth it. Right? This way I was living my life, pouring my energy externally to people that didn't give a shit, it sucks. Yeah, what else am I gonna say? It fucking sucks. The Creator wants you to stop, man. The Creator wants you to pour that energy into yourself and just vibe, man. Like, like, this amazing energy you have. When I say pour energy into yourself, I just mean, like, I know there's a platitude like, oh, don't care what other people think, but what does that mean? It means, like, you love yourself so fully, you feel the divine running through you. It doesn't matter what other people think. But I used to care so much. Oh, if I don't go to this party, what are people gonna think about me? That's external validation. It is. It's masked as, like, oh, being a good friend or whatever, but it's external validation nonetheless. Right? Internal validation is your relationship with the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit loves you no matter what. No matter what. No matter what. Right? And I know how much I would abandon myself for not going to a party. No. No, no, no. Okay. What else do I got here? Okay. Oh, yeah. We learned to put our needs last, right? Put our needs before other people. And that's what I was saying about pouring that energy into yourself, right? I know if you're listening to this, you resonate at some level because so many of us do this bullshit behavior. We put our needs below, we put our needs last, and we're like, oh, I just have such a good heart. I'm a giver. It's great to be a giver, but your cup must overflow. It must. How much have I suffered by giving my energy to compromising myself because I want to be like, oh yeah, I want to be the nice guy. I want to be the giver. No, you can be a giver that lights you up. There's infinite ways of giving without sacrificing. The Holy Spirit never demands sacrifice. The Holy Spirit never demands sacrifice. Oh man, I'm worked up more than I thought because I suffered so long from this people pleasing bullshit because of emotional neglect. Because I wasn't giving the love I deserve to myself, and I know you are. You're probably giving yourself excuse to not love yourself, to not feel the divine and flow through you. It's all bullshit, all right? It's all bullshit. We have to let go of these barriers we have of love. All right? Nothing external is going to love you like the way the divine loves you. It's it, it, it just I'm lacking words because it's hard to describe, but I know how many of us have suffered because we people please. We can't say no. But your no is your shield, right? Your no is your shield. Remember this. The Holy Spirit wants perfect happiness for you. Perfect happiness for you. That means absolutely no people pleasing. No people pleasing. You are created in the image of the divine, right? And that means building your version of happy. Build your version of happy. And I know whenever I talk, I get angry about the system, but, like, this image we have of happiness, like, oh, yeah, get a wife and 2 kids, like, live in the suburbs, that's a happy life. Maybe for some people, but maybe for you it's not. Maybe for you it's something completely different. Maybe it is, like, I'm going to have a long gaming session on a Friday. Whatever it is. This because when I was going on the ego's matrix script, following what I think I should be doing, I was so unhappy. So unhappy. It wasn't until, like, I started building my own version of happiness, which is, doing improv. Making these videos is also part of it. but just going with myself, not against myself. And people pleasing is going against yourself. It's a form of self-abandonment, right? And I'm not saying about stepping over people or whatever, but it's about not compromising yourself, man. Being your authentic, true self. And if you don't want to go to that party, don't go to that fucking party. All right, and I would shame myself for not playing games. Oh, exactly. Okay. What I said about the ego script. How many alpha videos do we say like, oh, don't play games, you're wasting your time. Nah, nah, nah. Like, we need a balance of work and play. Work and play, right? And if, like, I love playing games, you're gonna tell me, oh, I should stop. Why? Why? I can have this and that. I can build a business. I could work and I could play. What's wrong with that? Right? This is why I'm making these videos too, because it's all this, like, when I said toxic masculinity, because there's nothing wrong with, like, with building, of being productive, but we throw out the divine feminine, which for me is about loving yourself, loving the journey. We throw it out completely. We say, oh no, we can't rest, we can't play. Why? This is your life. This is your life. Do you understand? Like, time you enjoyed is not time wasted. Time you enjoyed is not time wasted. And I would compromise myself because especially if I'm like, mama would shame me like, oh, strasznie dużo grasz. You play so much. You know, I was going, her version of happiness is like, maybe play like 1 hour, 2 hour, try to like reduce your gaming time. Like, you know, I was letting someone else dictate my life. My God, as a grown ass man. That's the same with people pleasing. Like, you say, oh, I can't say no. I can't say no to this. Oh my God. Right, the part of me that would self-abandon was the dishonest part of me. I would say yes. Like, I'll give it. I think I wrote I was supposed to write an example here, but yes. As though we don't realize when we say yes to something, when we actually mean to say no, it can be really destructive for us, and the other person doesn't care. Like, I'll give an example. When I was a people pleaser, and especially during university, this girl came up to me. Was like, "Oh, can we change French classes, please, please?" Because I had like a problem at work. I was not even like my friend. It was just an acquaintance. I spoke to her maybe once, and I wanted to people please. I'm like, it didn't fit my schedule. It fucked me over. But I didn't think about it. I was like, yeah, yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, yeah, we could change. And it fucked me over. I think that was also part of the reason why I failed, because I had to switch classrooms. It was also the worst time for me. I wasn't looking out for myself. I wasn't looking out for myself. I'm getting angry because I know there's my friend the healthy gamer has the same thing, right? We don't think about ourselves because we learned to abandon ourselves in whatever way. Other people's wants and needs are more important than mine. Fuck that nonsense. Fuck it. You are so worthy. You're worthy of infinite love and compassion. Infinite love and compassion. I'm getting so worked up because it's not talked about. It's not talked about as much as I think it should be. How destructive it is to say yes when you mean no. Use your no. If you want your yes to mean something, your no has to mean something too. My gosh. And I think also the reason why I wasn't able to say no was because I wasn't in touch with my emotions or trust them, right? I learned my emotions can dictate me, right? My emotions are bad, right? Only like if you're just smile more, you know. And your emotions are your guidance system. Your emotions are your guidance system. Your emotions are here for a reason. We're not fucking robots, which is also another thing with man and stoicism and all that. I'll get to that, but it's like we're not fucking robots, man. Our emotions mean something. Our emotions are our guide. All right, it's your intuition. Intuition is a thing. Intuition is a thing. We were taught not to listen to the inner voice. Right, the inner voice that speaks the quietest, which is the Holy Spirit. All right, and emotions are part of it. I watched this movie. It was like Lion, and if you know about it, it's like this Indian boy that got he was like lost, um, and he was found by this like couple, and like the guy was acting kind of weird, like a little bit groomy, you know. Maybe they were gonna sell him, and the 5-year-old boy, he just felt it in his gut, like, oh, this is wrong, and he left, even though he was being fed, he was being clothed, he was being bathed. He, you know, on the external, he was being safe, but his inner voice said, "Hey, something's wrong here." A 5-year-old, because they're more in tune. They listen to that voice, right? And God knows that what would have happened if he didn't listen to it. Same with Harriet Tubman, right? Harriet Tubman said she listened to the voice of God, right? And they would. I learned this from the Circle of Atonement. I didn't know this. She said she would listen to the voice of God, asking him when is the best time to move, when is the best time to hide, and they would hide for many days, even when it seemed like on the outside it was safe, but maybe it wasn't. You don't know. Right? And our emotions, really listen to our emotions, because when you have this voice like, no, it's guiding you to say, hey, be honest, be honest. And I know someone needs to hear this. All right. May the Holy Spirit light up your path wherever it takes you. Take care.